Good morning. I think we're up. We live. Does YouTube think I'm live? YouTube thinks I'm live. Cool. Welcome back to another stream. Um, you can see here we are not actually starting from complete nothing today. I made this ship yesterday, and I thought it was pretty cool. And I like that it is sort of a vertical format versus a flat, more Star Warsian layout. Although you did have this ship from Solo that did this too, but it doesn't it doesn't land on its back. So thinking about how to land it seemed interesting to me. I thought, yeah, let's build a dock for this guy. Um, I've brought in a person as well, so you can see scale. So like it's a large ship, but not a huge ship. This would be, I don't know. I imagine like the Rocinante and the Expanse being about this big. Like it's got a couple floors, but it's gonna be pretty cramped and tight in there. Um, Primary thrusters are here, here, and here, just to give us an idea how we're going to have to, approach docking it. And to tell you the truth, I don't really have a huge idea yet. So we're going to do some exploration first and see what we can find. And the first thing I want to look at, because I've kind of been basing this world a little bit on I'll call it like a slightly more grounded and grungy Star Wars, is let's look at the landing port from Tatooine. And Chuck CG made these Tatooine buildings, and he made a docking bay. So let's just look at it and see what it looks like. We're not going to use it, at least not as is, but our ship would fit in something about like this. And this would be kind of cool. Like, so you could see something like this as a base. Maybe we'll even, I mean, we can use it as a base. I want to change the materials if we do. Um, but we're not doing Star Wars, and we still need some way to like support it or get our guys off of it. Like, I mean, unless we just assume that it hovers forever and never actually gets connected to anything. But I like this sort of ring concept here. I'm just examining and kind of trying to find some ideas. Yeah, what's the material look like for this? I'm just curious. Um, Anything interesting, or do you just use? Nope, just good UVing. Good UVing is fine, just not any procedural stuff. Okay, cool. So let's turn it off right now, though. I do like the concept of having rings, as it were. So maybe let's start there. Let's create a torus. And I'm gonna actually just move this up to a new window and get it out of the way so I can have my whole screen too. Okay, so major radius, we want it bigger than that. Let's see, 7, so we can see where we're at. It needs to certainly be bigger than the wings. So major radius, 25 meters, just to be nice and precise. Sure, 25 meters. And our minor radius, how big do we want that to be? Um, let's go with 1.5. Excuse me. And this has got like a full donut, 12 segments. If we take this down to 8, we get a hexagon, I believe. Or an octagon, sorry, not a hexagon. As an octagon. 6 hex. I like hex, and that goes a bottom too. So let's do that. Let's make it a hex. Okay. So, and I just want to make sure, yep, that is centered on that thing. I want to say object set origin to 3D cursor, object set origin, geometry to origin. There we go. Now it's directly in the center by what we think it should be. Bring it back up again so it's above the ground. So, I mean, we have, it's a landing pad. Great, we're done now. No. But I do kind of, the other thing I want to do is, this is a water world, so we want to play with that. So maybe this is floating here on top of on the water as our starting point, or if not floating, then at least on the water. And so we could select, we got, how many did we say we had? 32 probably. Can we select those two, those two, those two, and those two? Is that enough? That could be enough. And E and down. So that's our platform base for this thing. We're just blocking in shapes now before we go to make anything cool. And we're going to put some water here as well. I'm going to do that right now as well. Plane. And we can just use, at least to start with, the ocean modifier, even if we want to change it later. And we'll make it like 4x4. Probably need to be bigger later, but again, don't hide it. Move it. Okay, so something like that. Bring it down a little bit. So that's our base for this thing. Now, what do we want to do beyond that? Well, I think the next thing I want to do is create another torus. And it creates one of the same segments. It was 48. Okay, the same segments, since we didn't do anything weird to it. GZ5. GZ5 more. No. GZ10. 10 meters up sounds good. That looks good. I like that. Maybe even 15. Yeah, 15's a tighter. That's a better. Shows us more. This gives you an idea how big the ship is too. Like that's 15 meters space there. We're not a tiny ship. And then let's do Alt D GZ15. And I kind of like it. Do I like it sticking out the top, or do we want one more? I think we like it sticking out the top for this one. So we're gonna have 3 rings, 3 concentric rings like this. Let's save. This is the front of our ship here. We got to figure out a way to get someone from here, the door being either there's a door here and a door here, so to there and then out, which is not impossible. And then we'll probably put like a building or something here at this end. And we might want to connect these things, possibly. Let's see. Just want to grab all those parts. And I want to select, check or deselect. That's every other. Selected 1, deselected 3. No, it's selected 3, deselected 1, the other way around. How is it that that does that? I feel like that should give us an even 3, 3. And this one's got more than 3. Why is that? And that one's got less than 3. Like, what the heck? Okay, if we change the offset, it works perfectly. Why is that? That's bizarre. Offset of 1, everything is right. Correct? Yeah, 3, 3, 3, yeah. Weird. Okay, well, it's fine. I don't know why that is, but let's see. Let's inset those and E down to the next level. gives us a cage. Do we like that? Is that too much? I think that might be too much. Let's see, 1, 7, 9, solo it again. And we're not lined up perfectly, which is fine, to what the other one was. Do I want to leave that many? Just debating. What happens if we E down like that, select it, P, separate selection. All right, fine. Alt D, GZ minus 15. There we go. So now they're lined up the same. It's good to know your numbers sometimes. Now we take this and select all, W, subdivide. That gives us 1, 2, 2 cuts. Is that going to look all right? We're going to wireframe it, obviously. I think probably obviously. Modifier wireframe, something like that. I'm okay with it. I'm not in love with it. But I'm okay with it. So let's keep doing it for right now. And let's grab this one, modifier, wireframe. Where am I? Wireframe. And this was point, just go with 0.2. We'll make this one also 0.2. And boundary even. I don't even know what boundary does, but even. Okay. So we have that. Let's save again. Okay. So this is the initial framework of our thing, possibly. And can we take these and let's go to wireframe, turn off that, and RZ. I just want to line it up so it's, there we go. Reasonably close to straight down the line. So the front to the back. Okay. We like that. We stand this. Maybe let's, well, I'm still thinking about how to do the structure. Let's come down to here and edit this, grab these faces, and E, and which way are we facing? SY0, flatten it out, and let's bring our dude over too so we can make sure our building's the right size. It's not. Although it could go deeper too, so let's undo this then. Select these. Is that enough? No, it's too many. Soulless sucker. This one, 2, Control R, add an edge loop to like, yeah, there. Sure. 3, grab those. E, SY0. Straighten it out. Okay. Now we can bring our dude forward. There's our dude. And excuse me. I mean, his head's sticking out, but it's only because he is above the building, because you know, this can go underwater, and it does. All right, so we have like our target location, for lack of a better word, right? So ESY0. So this is where things are going to come to, I think. Okay. And SX0. Yeah, we'll flatten that out. Sure. Same here. And same here. SX0. And here too. SX0. All straight. Save. And what are we doing next? I don't know. Oh, neat. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't even notice that. No, not this piece. Exit this piece. Because we edited, we have these holes now, which I like a lot, actually, even though it's going to be kind of a pain to grab them and deal something with them. Two, select them all, not that many of them, not that one. Yeah, yeah, yep, yep. Okay, now we should be able to F, close them, yeah, and E, go up, and that should give us something. Again, they don't line up perfectly with those, but that's okay. I think that's fine to have a little bit off. Although we could, if we take this piece, A, and RZ, and rotate it like that itself now. Now it too lines up with those things. We just rotated everything. Cool. Let's get rid of this one. Alt D, GZ 15. Bring it back up. So now our lights line up, yeah, relatively close enough. I'm gonna call them lights because I think that's what they're gonna be. 3, Shift G, coplanar. Select that. Yes. And materials, we don't have one yet, so come back out. New material, edit, add, assign, new, and we're just gonna call it light. Maybe we'll go ahead and give some materials now just to help us see what we're doing a bit too. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Shaders, we'll just go grab, I think, to start with, just a straight up gray metal sheeting for this one. I don't want to place material, I want to place this one. There we go. And light, we'll just go ahead and give it a nice yellow light. Cool. So now we're looking, let's see what we got. Okay, yeah, this is obviously need to be UV'd, U, cube projection. Yeah, we'll have to scale it, but sure, good enough. So we got lights, camera in action, yeah. Go with this one also, plating, gray, and this one, gray. All these things now, just to give us our base form. Save. All right, and we still have done nothing to connect our ship to anything. So what if we connected our ship to, oh, like this section here? Like we'll say it's clamping on here-ish. Maybe the easiest way to do that is to literally grab that plate and I'm going to inset it to that. And oh, I have to grab both and it's not mirrored, so we have to do both at the same time, at least for this. Inset it to there. Just want to make sure we haven't changed the materials in any way. Nope, we're still good. Okay, and then Shift D and P section. And now exit, and now we have this. If we tab A, E, and bring it out to here, and let's drop to gray. And SY0. Okay. And we can see it's not lining up perfectly to our ring, but that's okay. I feel like that works for me. The only thing I might want to do is take these SY0. No, SZ0. There we go. Flatten it down. Did I just say Z? I guess I am a Canadian. Okay. Hue, sharpen. So that's it, just so we knew where it's going to line up to. We have those pieces there. And can we do a duplicate of them? Alt-D, down to, where can we still go? Here. I mean, it's not correct because it goes further out, but something like that. Or do we want to even just make it correct? Just have it so it's different. We could do that too. Let's see. What if we did do that? And attached it to here instead. And I'm going to inset again. Shift D, P section, select it, tab A, E, and bring it out to here again. Let's solo this one. And this one I do want to make sure we get flat, I think. SC0. Cool. Let's do the same here. Okay. And unsolo it. Cool. Looking good. And here, SY0. Make sure everything's straight. Q, sharpen. So these are going to be our structural supports that we're going to like connect our ship to. So we want them to be telescoping at least a little bit. That's kind of the vibe, which should be not hard to do. We want them to telescope. And let's say I want to join these together now, just to make my life easier. And can we shift Q, or just sorry, Q, and dice it? The y-axis, not along the x-axis, along the y-axis. 3 seems good. Okay, because now I should be able to come in. Yes, we have evenly selectable parts, which is important because we're going to want to grab A, then undo these ones. And Alt-E, faces along normals. Get bigger, like that. Okay, then we want to exclude these four. Do the same thing again. That. Cool. And then, yes, you guessed it. These four. And bigger again. Okay. Tab, Shift Q, sharpen the whole thing. All right, doing good. I don't know if anyone's here today or not, but I'm having fun with it, so that's cool. So these would then essentially telescope back in to this thing. Maybe we want these to be a little bit longer. GY. No. Ooh, gross. Oh, is there a cut there? E. We'll go past this thing. Yeah. Lines up well? Okay, sure. Alrighty. So now should be able to do 2 F F and actually yeah, I'm okay with them being different. I think 3 E and gives ourselves our next structural set. Cool. And now I'm going to try to model it right. Delete these faces. Just the faces, not the edges. Why did I get rid of that edge? Oh well, I'll figure it out. 1 F. Okay, that's fill now. And we can delete these faces. We're not going to line up exactly, are we? Maybe I don't care. Let's not do this. SC0. SC0. Flatten it down, flatten it down, flatten it down. Okay. And I, inset, and E. And it's still bigger than that one, so let's go the other way around. I, SC0. No, it's 0. It says it is. GZ. Yeah, ooh, yeah, sure. I like that. And I again, and E. This one needs to come out further. Again, we're not worried about super great geometry yet. We're just building this frame. That seems okay. Maybe this is actually a separate piece. That could be cool. Yeah. So like, yeah, okay, let's do that. Can I come here, tab, I want to select this L and delete it. There's not gonna be one there. So this will be like the mounting arm, and it's separate from the building because depending on the ship, you might want a different mounting arm. Yeah. Inset and E. Bring it down. So the ship comes in, the mounting arm comes and grabs it. Cool. And we're going to build something that looks like a counterweight, even though all this is scientifically ridiculous anyway, but just because I feel like it will make more sense to us if it feels like it has something that balances off against. Like it just visually makes more sense to humans. And it gives us more cool surfaces to put stuff on. All right, that's looking good. I'm gonna turn on my fan here because it's just hot and muggy today, and hopefully it's not too loud, but I gotta have some sound, or some fanage. I'll turn it down. It's not so loud. Okay, hopefully that's not bothering anybody. Doesn't look like it's being picked up on my mic, so. Okay. Why does this thing keep clear custom split normals data? There we go. It's like, why does it keep getting this weird normal distortion everywhere I go? And that's why. Okay, that's looking cool. I like that. And then select this and inset it and E. And I was going to check something, Shift S2, come to dude. Where am I? Oh, I'm in edit mode. Object, set origin, 3D cursor. Object, set origin, geometry to origin. Okay, there's my guy. Yep, that's big enough for a control tower section. Cool, which is what we wanted. Let's edit this thing to control bevel. Give us that. Because everyone wants a little cut edge, right? They just look cool. And then here, we'll put it there. And 3, we'll inset it. And here's going to be his window. E. And then we will inset it again. And E. And I think I've already got a glass on here, don't I? Because I pulled that out from the ship. Yep, glass window pane, the sign. Since this was essentially part of my ship before, it has all the materials. Good, can't hear the fan at all. Thank you, Brian. That's nice to know, because it's muggy in here. I mean, for Vancouver anyway. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's so ugly looking. What an awful texture. Okay, let's edit. Cube projection. I think we're going to change that material, but at least now it's not stretched. All right. Yeah, I mean that's starting to feel like it works for what I'm trying to do. It's got a good vibe to it. It's got a good beat. I can dance to it. I give it a 10. Alrighty. So just sort of looking around, seeing what we want to do next. We're getting almost to our random flow time of just greebling the shit out of this thing. But let's come back in and edit and grab 2 these faces and these faces, and let's bevel those. Ooh, gross. What the heck? That worked. Did I have another face selected that I didn't think I did? Ugh, gross. Okay, whatever. Can we just do it this way? I don't care. Oh, that side's gross. Why is that side gross? The thing should be mirrorable. Well, it's going to be mirrorable. Alt X. Mirrorable. There we go. Now it's the same on both sides. And that's cool. I like having that as well. Alrighty. How does a dude get up here? I know someone's going to ask. I don't have an answer yet. We could just put a ladder in there. That is possible. It could get dropped off every day by a hover vehicle, but we got to get a guy up to there to run this show. Unless this whole thing telescopes up too, which it could, right? Yeah. So if this whole thing moves, it would move underwater, so we wouldn't necessarily see that track. But if I come here, edit, Control R, where's my edge loop? Okay, there's my edge loop. We're just going to match it to the texture, even though the texture may not even exist later. There, 3, just like that. Alt-E, extrude faces along normals, make it bigger, offset even. No, actually we don't want even this time. Like that. Okay, and actually, how do we do this? Let's do it the other way. Well, no, we can do that. Let's do that. Okay. Just trying to think the best way. Add edge loop here, and 3, E, and bring that down. So it looks like it comes up inside the thing. So how does a guy get up here? At the start of his shift, this thing slides up a track, or, and slides up and out and in. So that's how he gets up there. And just make a track then. And we will use all this. And oh, he's mirrored anyway. Never mind. Doesn't matter. SZ0, flatten it. Okay. Shift D, P section, tab, grab it. Let's see. E, or object, set origin, center of mass volume, scale it. AE, down. Cool. And grab those. And then E, way back along here, just because the water might be semi-transparent, so we should be able to see it. Shift G, coplanar, yes. E, down, all the way to here. Okay. Cool. And then we'll just grab, just for good measure, this face here and these two faces here, and we will bring them down as well. I don't know you'll ever see this, but there it is. It doesn't take a lot of geometry anyway. So, okay. So we're doing okay on this. Now, one thing I might want to do, Shift S1, Shift A, create another torus. Let's keep our major and minor segments the same, but make our major radius, let's make it bigger again. And our minor radius, let's take it up to like 5 meters this time. So we probably need to make our major radius bigger as well. And we'll go even larger than that. So like to here. And we'll need to cut it so we don't have it over this thing. which is easy. 2, select that, plus, 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 plus. Let's just get rid of all those sections. Faces. And then 2, F, and F. Okay. And then we'll take this exit here, this, and solve this sucker. There we go. Control bevel. Sure. 3, unsolo, and E. Okay. So we've worked out how to attach the ship to our port. Now we need to get the gangplank. Some kind of a gangplank of some kind. Let's go to our lower door just because I feel like that's going to be easier. And let's see. I'm going to add a door. So let's go grab ourselves a door from Kitbash 3D. And let's see. There's a good door. We'll use this door. I don't actually make a lot of stuff like this. It's kind of neat to like try to think about, okay, how does someone actually walk through it? Most of the sets that I make are either much smaller, in like a room, or they're kind of big and a little bit more abstract. You don't actually think about how someone's going to get from point A to point B on them very much. It's fun. It's thinking. Still thinking. Come on. There we go. Okay. Alt R. Where's my door? I hate that it put Kitbash things gets these parents, and so we're just gonna get rid of it because I don't want it to have a parent. It has no relations to this thing whatsoever. This thing is just nothing. This prop door. 1, 2. I want to come right there. Object set origin to 3D cursor. Yep. Object set origin geometry to origin. There's my door. Now we do need to be higher up than this. So we're going to go to here. That works for me. And we're just going to take this face here and bring it up anyway. I thought we might do this. E, and bring it up to over the door. I like to start from a symmetrical universally, like all these are the same height, but now we're like changing this. So this one's different, and that's cool. I think that's a good way to approach it. Okay, and here, just need to come back in. I need to add an edge loop there. So we can take this face here and not the ones underneath it, because I kind of want it to be raised up a bit and give it a platform. Now, here's the question. How do we want to get up to here? Stairs? Elevator? Ramp? Like, it doesn't have to make sense, but it would be kind of cool if it did. Maybe an elevator would be a good way to do it. This is a pallet. I'm in edit mode, go away. Drop out of edit mode. What if we use this pallet though as an elevator? I'm going to again unparent this thing because it annoys me. Okay, there's our pallet. Alt G, yep, it's there. GY. Scale it up. I feel like that makes a good elevator platform. Let's see. Yeah, that makes a good elevator platform. We can live with that. Let's put it where we want it to go. GZ, GY, it's coming close. GZ down to like there. Okay. Now, we could build it down and then over, or we could build it diagonally in. Maybe I don't know. I do not know. Let's see. Let's come to the center. This is the center, right? Yeah, Shift S2. The center of everything, yes. Shift A. I wonder if we can find a cool hydraulic part. Where would I find a good hydraulic part? We could look in big, medium, small. Do they have one? I haven't used one in a long time. Trim sheets. Pneumatics, he called it. That's not bad. Let's see. Can we just do something like this? Not in edit mode. In object mode. Alt R. Scale it up. RZ90. GY. Is this ridiculous? It might be ridiculous. Alt G. GY. GZ. Bring it down to like there. Now let's solo it. And tab 2, 3. Shift S2. Take it to there. Unsolo it. And let's go to 3D cursor bounds and local. So we can do some rotating. And we rotate it up like this. And we can just SX and scale it that way to like there. I mean, it's silly. Let's take it down a little bit. Like that. So it's below our platform, which makes more sense. And then rotate it a bit more. And if we come here, tab, Shift S2, cool, Shift A, cube, tab, GZ -1, down, scale it in, yeah, scale in like that. And SY, and scale it long. It feels a little big to me. S, Shift X, can we shrink it in? That's better. Okay. And then here, tab 3, I, and E. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of silly. I think from any kind of a functional standpoint, I'm not sure how I feel about it. But I wonder if we were to take it and 7 and GY and bring it over to the side here like this, and S, Shift X, and shrink it down. No, no longer that. Individual origin. S, Shift X, and shrink it down even a little bit more, like that. Make it a little bit narrower. And then mirror it on this thing. I don't know. Then we could take this part here, tab it to Control R. Grab this part and this part, Control Bevel. 3, select them. Alt E along normals to like that. So we have something like this. Is that better or worse? It feels better. It may not be the world's greatest design, but I think maybe we'll go with it for right now. Maybe if we make this platform bigger too. I think this might help. Yeah, that does help. Which means we need to bring it back that way a little bit. And I'm not going to worry too much about it, but grab these faces and GY and bring them back a little bit. So it does that. And we could even introduce, now, to Control R, a loop, cool, and Control R, a loop. Select those two, Control Bevel, out. Yeah, I need to bring that in a little more, aren't I? Or the whole thing out a little more. A, SX, let's bring the whole thing out a little more. Yeah, there we go. And now 3, I, E, and maybe once more, I, E. All right, so it's got a little bit of shift there too. I don't know. Yeah. That'll come down, drop below. Sure. Control save. It may be garbage, but we're gonna go with it. Rotation scale. And gray. Okay, where are we at? 53. Ooh, okay. Select this sucker, and let's give it the classic sheeting sci-fi standard. See what it looks like. AU Smart Projection 90. Let's see. No. 1 U cylinder projection? Maybe, except I think, let's see, A, S, Y, bring it in. SX, scale it up. Sure. And this one though, SY, let's see if I remember how to do this. U, cube projection, but I don't want to be round. U, follow active quads. A, U, follow active quads. Straight. Okay, it's kind of better. That's kind of neat. Do I want it angling like that? I don't think I do. 2 GX, straighten those out. And SX. There we go. That's good enough. Okay. Save. A little bit of UV tweaking. Okay, I think it's time to start blinging. Oh, that is gross. Yeah, damn it. Always when it does that. UV editing. I want that and that to be the same size. Shift S2, yes, SX. There we go, right? SX. I just don't want to have that weird circle thing. Oh, we just might move it. Maybe that's just the easiest thing to do. Scale. Nah. Fine. Boring, but fine. And we're going to play with it anyway. So it will be less interesting. Less boring, less interesting. I hope it'll be more interesting. Okay, so let's grab a ring, select the whole thing. Shift Q, loop extrude or plate insets. Let's do plate insets, try it, see what we get. Depth. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, it's so cool. I love that tool. Yeah, that pretty much did exactly what I wanted it to do. Okay, cool. Let's do this one. Okay, let's deselect. Sorry. Select. A, fine. 7. Alt Z, B, undo these, B, undo these. I just don't want these selected. I know there's a better way to do this, but I'm thinking as I'm going along, so that's how it goes sometimes. And turn off that as well, and that as well. So all that stuff we can leave, and we'll even leave these on. Tab, Shift Q, plate inset, plating seed, subdivision 1, 9, subdivision, just see if we take it to 2. Cool. Yep. That looks cool. Save. Now, this boy, to him the same way. A. Those are not going to, the ends will still be flat because they're not quads, but that's okay. Plate inset. 2, 3. Again, just getting that like cool platey inset look, which is what I call it, but you know, that breaking up the silhouette. That looks good. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Now, what's on next? What's our next play? Obviously, more we can do here. Lots more we can do here. I think our first next play is to select this thing, and I'm just going to grab these faces. Shift G, coplanar. Why did I get that? Okay, let's do this whole thing again. Grab these faces. I know I had the other ones, but Shift G, coplanar. Why do I still have those things selected? I don't want them selected. That's the same height? I don't think so. Shift G, coplanar. I guess it's saying it is. 0, die, 0.01, 0.001. That is just bizarre. Okay. Fine. Alt Z, B. Grab those. C. I don't want you to mess with the other stuff that I've done. Enter. C. C, senor. Great. 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 All right. U, cube projection. Thank you. Okay. Now this bad boy here, rather than doing insets like that, what happens if we do some panels? And we'll probably need to make them thicker. Ew. Ooh. No, we don't want to do this. Okay. Undo again. Grab that. Oh, we can redo that. Cube projection. Let's just do it face at a time. It's because everything's a little bit wonky. Shift G, coplanar. There we go. We got that. Q, or Shift Q, panel. Yeah, lots of panels. Cool. Let's just look so we can see what we got. F9, max, went bigger. Cool. I like that. F9, we want to increase the inset by a little bit. And the depth we're already good on. Cool. And let's just Alt X this way. No. Tab, let's do on this. Alt X that way. No, it needs to go the other way. There we go. A little bit of a plate action. I don't even know why, but sure. Okay. Might even waste of time. Ah, glad you're liking it. Like, it's a waste of time. Someone else is like, no, it looks cool. Good. Sometimes you don't know. Okay, so we got that plate there. Got our door. Better. Actually, I think I am gonna get rid of that plate. I think I got another idea I want to do instead. I think I do want to have it be a little more interesting. Let's see if we can put some parts on it. Just some interesting shapes. Let's put AC unit on that side. There we even Alt X, and mirror it. Yep. And then scale this sucker up. 7 RZ, RZ90. Just go it all the way. Is it touching that? Let's scale it down a bit. Just bring it over. GZ. No, it's good. It's right. Okay. Alt X, mirror it. Cool. Just to give us some more forms. And then here, I want to take this one, this one, this one, this one. Q, circle, convert, make them bigger. 3E. Pipages. Seven U cylinder projection. Okay, fine. That works. You might change the material on them, but I did want to have some pipes there. Now, I want to take this entire thing, Shift Q, tubes. I want 100 of them, maybe. No, I don't. That's too much. Gonna have to do this a little bit at a time, I think. That's okay too. Tab, Shift G, coplanar. That'll work. Tab, Shift Q, tubes, 50. Yes. F9. Let's make them a bit bigger. Is it this? Yep. Not that much bigger, but a bit bigger. Our maximum offset, let's make 0.25 so they can come up even a bit more, maybe 0.5. Yeah, they can come off the thing. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. There we go. That is a good use of our space, I think. Let's come down here, tab, got those same things selected, Shift Q, tubes with a different seed. So we have more of those pipes. Cool. Yes. Now, this chunky boy. Grab that. It's I think it's mirrored, but okay. Tab, Shift Q, plate insets. Yes, just straight up. Yep. Cool. That's what we wanted. Something like that. We could play with it just to see. No, I like 2. Putting seed. There we go. Do that. Okay. And okay, yeah. And then tab, select those pieces, Shift Q, and add tubes again. And we'll, 25 this time with the cut like that. Cool. Save. Now, I think let us apply the mirror. Tab, edit, and Shift G, coplanar. Yeah, grab those. Shift Q, and cables. Cable amounts, 25. It's a lot of cables. Let's make them thicker. And 0.025. It might be a little deep into the water for cables. There's a lot of cables. Maybe we'll cut them down a few. Maybe 10 is better. 10 is probably better. Well, I don't know. 15? 15 I like. There's just something about hanging cables I really like. Save. And we can take these cables now and let's give them Shift Q, flanges and couplings. We'll go with the custom and cable coupling 2. And out. And there we go. Got some cable couplings now. That looks cool. Save those suckers as well. We're at 111. Doing cool. Now, here, these faces, we got to do something with them. Q, or Shift Q rather, sorry. Mesh, quad slice. Which way does it go? Yeah, that's good. Cool. That's how we wanted it. Now that they are quads, now we can Shift Q, loop extrude. 1, 2, 3. We're going to make it not loop from source, so they'll jump on top of each other each time instead of the basics. 75, 50, 50. And we'll make this one much deeper and increase our cuts. 2. And even more deeper. And now just go 0.5, 0.25, 0.1. Okay. Yes, yes, and yes. Save. Or not save. What version of KitOps am I using? I don't even know. I barely use KitOps. It's close to the newest version. I used to use a ton of KitOps, and nowadays I don't use it very much at all. Like I just have a couple of materials that I like in it. I just would rather use the Blender asset library most of the time, unless I'm using KitOps for what it was originally made for, which was doing cuts. It's good for throwing cool cuts into it, but I feel like Chip tried to turn it into an asset browser, and I don't like it for that. I just like it to do complex booleans. So, but let's see, version. Oh, it doesn't even want to tell me. I'm just opening up a thing. Edit, preferences, exit, add-ons, KitOps. Since you asked, I'm using 2.2423 right now, which I think is like a version back or 2 versions back, maybe. Yeah. Let's do some more playing. This piece here. Yeah. Let's see. Alt R 7. R scale. I'm just kind of putting something cool there, just kind of cuz. And we'll mirror it around that thing. Yeah, it works. Cool. Save. But yeah, my problem with a lot of KitOps is it started to be where like actually KitOps I'm fine with, but like Simple Sci-Fi and all those other ones, they just got to be real generic. Like everyone just kept making the exact same thing with them over and over and over again. And I was like, oh, right. So I definitely use, kit bashing for sure. I'm not saying I don't, but I try to do it with more thought than that. And listen to me, I sound all like snobby, but where's my beacon? Let's see, Alt R, RY minus 90. Nope, always the wrong way. 90. Scale it up. 7G. Scale it up. Gonna put, actually I do kind of, this time I think I will. I'll go global back again. That's why I messed up. We'll let it sit up a bit this time. Sure. And then we will again mirror it. Put one on top of that too. Oh, well, see, I've literally the only thing I've used KitOps for was to add this yellow light. So, yeah, that's all that this was built with. Most of the cool stuff in this was done with random flow, in my opinion. Cool stuff being like all these panels and stuff. That was all random flow, or just straight modeling. Like that's just a simple wireframe mod on a cube, you know. See, yes, I like those lights. They're cool. That's neat. That's neat. Looking good. Looking good, yeah. Yeah. I kind of want a few more cables hanging around though. Let's build a few cables just by hand. So we use CableRater for this, and I want to just make it between the ship and this thing. So let's solo them for right now. And Shift AC, bring up CableRater, create a cable to there and to there. And in, bring up a little bit, create another, sure. Go to the other side, and we put it kind of in the center there, right? We won't make it exact, and that way it won't make the exact same cable. But okay, cool. So we grab those, save. I'm going to try to do the simulation. Sometimes it gets slow, and I've even had to restart Blender, but it only does that when I'm doing a stream, and I don't understand. Nope, that was fine this time. Cool. Simulate cable. Yep, good. Got those hanging there. Let's do a couple more. Create cable here to here. Sure. Q here to here. I just want to add some visual noise to it, basically. Here to here. Oh wait, AC. Create cable. Here to here. Scale it. Okay. And this one we will try to simulate it. There we go. Okay, a few more of those. That's cool. And then I want to create from here to here. No, shift, not control, Seth. Jesus, you dummy. Okay. And we'll do random. This is random flow again. Random cables. And cable amounts just like 3. And we need to bring this way up. And way up. Cool. And F9, let's just make it a bit bigger again as well. These big beefy cables. We'll go 0.05. Okay. And then let's do the same thing on the other side. Here and shift here. Q, random cables, origin seed, and slack seed. There we go. It's just so they're different. Save. We're at 119. We should probably start doing our final texturing soon, so you guys can see what the hell we've got. Oh God, go away, Eevee. No, not Eevee. Ooh, okay, that was that original Star Wars thing. We're just gonna get rid of. We don't want it. That was what I was looking at to see kind of as a base starting idea. Now this is looking cool. Let's just take all of our cables and object, convert them to mesh. Is that all of them? More cables. Object, convert to mesh. And pipes, we'll do the same to them too. Oh. And object, convert to mesh. Everything's back to being a mesh again, right? Let's see. Yep, cables. And I'm just going to take these cables and just join them together. And then join these together, I think. Yep, we'll just join all the cables together. And there probably, are there a few more? I thought there were a few more. Yeah. Join them together. There we go. Join. Is that all the cables? Have I missed one? I think that's all of them. All right, let's give it a material. I'm gonna pull one from the asset browser, which is again in my other window, but you know, we'll grab one from Kitbash 3D, which I just like this cable. Should be there. Do we grab it? Yep. Tab A U Smart UV Project. Sure. Cables. And it's kind of garbage in terms of like the UVs don't line up right, but at the scale we're looking at, it's fine. And we're going to take these. These are our flanges. And yeah, sure, we'll leave them at sci-fi standard. Why not? Again, should be okay. Let's just tab A, U, cube projection. Yep, they look good. Save. Thank you. Yeah, I think this whole project that I'm working with is kind of one part Expanse, one part Aliens, and one part Star Wars. Like I want it to have a bit of all three of those things. So some of it makes a little more sense than others, but you know, overall, that's the vibe I'm going with. This looks okay. We'll leave it around for now. It doesn't have the patina that the other stuff does, but that's okay. Just checking things to see what I want to fix or change real briefly. I think we want a few. Well, let's give this guy a door, just because if I don't, I know I'll regret it later. There's our little guy. Whee! Let me just put a door on the side of this thing. Back to Kitbash assets. Sure, I'm not going to make a door if I don't have to. We'll use this door. Okay, RZ90. What? RZ90. Why are you not doing that? Oh, you're going to be a pain in my ass again. Fine. Great. RZ90. There we go. GZ. I'll even let it stick out like that. Sure. I think this piece is, it's just a little too simple still. So let's play with it a little bit. Shift G, coplanar. Sure, I'll look at this one too. And this one too. Now, we've already subdivided it quite a bit, so we might be able to just do a plate and set with it. Let's see if we like it. I mean, that's a lot. I don't hate it though. I'm gonna maybe bring our min down to 1 and our max down to 3, 4. And we'll bring our depth way in. And our thickness, we can go, which direction do we want to go? Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, that works better. I like it. Cool. Select this face again. And let's just do a loop extrude. 1, 2, 3. And you are inside out, aren't you? Let's see. Yes, you are inside out. How did I know this? Shift N. Flip. Fine. Actually, I'm going to undo back before I did that. Yeah. Now, this face, Shift N. There we go. I'm not even going to bother flipping the other ones. I don't care that much. Cool. Selected, Shift Q, random loop extrude. Now, yeah, there we go. Now we're getting it. 0.1, 0.05, 0.025, cuts, increase, make this 95. Sure. Cool. Just enough to give it a little bit of bump. And Shift Q, tubes. Sure. And we just shrink them down. And let's just go with 10. And a max of 0.1. And we're going to make them yellow. Grunge painted yellow. Random Flow by Blender Guppy. It is the coolest. Highly, highly recommended that one. This thing here, 3. Yeah, we're just going to change this panel from this orange to gray. Yep. Now it ties into the rest. Where are we at? 128. We are like basically time. But I think we're basically done too. Let's give some water material to our thing. Ocean. This is just mine, which is a modification of one of the ones from Aquatic. And yeah, there we go. I want to make it bigger, the ocean. Otherwise, we're going to be forever just bumping into it to 10 by 10. And we'll give it a 15 resolution, I think, because I have the polys to handle it. Yep. And come down. There's our very weird looking port. Let me grab our dude, just get rid of him so I don't see him later. Delete the hierarchy. Cool. And we're going to need to probably add a little bit more to this, but this was a complicated one to get done in 90 minutes. Let's set our frame and photographer and camera. Area looks at 65 with a clip end of 500 should be fine. Yep. Lens, we're going to go with an anamorphic resolution. That. And we'll take us from 50 millimeter to 35. And you can't really even super see the ship in there because it's all covered up from this angle. Is there a better angle we want to show everything? We could go down a little bit. We could shoot down, but I like these up angle shots though. Something like that. And move in and down. Yeah, it's looking all right. Cool. Save. And one more thing, we will give it an HDR just so we can see kind of what it's going to look like. Nice ocean view one. I've used all these so many times now. I'm like, you guys must be bored of my HDRs, but let's do this one. And rotate it. Like, keep the sun off camera, kind of off to the side like that. That feels really, I don't want to go that far so we can't see the car in the parking lot. Something like that. Save it. I know from experience we need to move it down a little bit, so we'll go to shading. Come on, come on. Go away, Eevee, you evil thing. Object, world. And we're just gonna grab the vectors, edit, now let's look. Here we are, and bring it location 0.01. There we go. That brings it down. Save it. And yeah, so I think we're gonna call that our stream. We made, you know, a landing port of sorts. It's kind of a weird thing, but I like it. It fits with the aquatic theme of my world. We're definitely going to have to play with the lighting when we try to view it from this side. And this side is cool, so we're going to need to do that. Actually, this side is probably cooler. So we're probably better off doing it like this. And then rotating this thing like 180 degrees. So like we're at what, minus 90, so doing like 90. Whew, that's interesting. That might be a little too much. Oh, we need to move this too. Move our water way that way. And GY that way too. And that's cool. I actually kind of dig that angle a little bit. Let's come around to here. We can see things better with it now. That's a better angle. Yeah, and we're good. So I will finish lighting this up and tweaking it a little bit more probably, and post it up on Instagram and Mastodon and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. The final. Yeah, I appreciate you hanging out and watching. I'll be back again on now Monday. I have a dentist appointment, so I'll be back again on Tuesday. But I'll be back soon. And I tend to do these when I don't have dentist appointments every weekday, 7:30 in the morning for about 90 minutes. Well, Pacific time for about 90 minutes. Yeah, please like and subscribe, and I'll see everybody again later. Okay, have a great weekend, everybody.